Hi everyone, just before we get into today's episode, I just want to let you know that coming up on Friday of this week, in the first week of March, for those watching as we currently release videos, for those in the future, this won't apply to you, but coming up this Friday, I'm not going to be running a Rolling in the Aisles video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A video instead. So if you've got a question you'd like to ask me, and it could be about anything you like, it could be about me, it could be about my content, my channel, it could be about Football Manager in general, it could be about anything you like. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but whatever it is you'd like to ask me, feel free to do so. I'll pick out the best ones that I can, depending on how many I get, depends on how many we manage to get through. But that'll be Friday's video. Instead of Rolling in the Aisles, it'll be an opportunity for a Q&A. So yeah, have a think. You can either come to my Twitter channel, and there'll be an option there to leave a question in the next few hours, and if not, then you can leave a comment below in this video and I'll be reading those as well. And as I say, I will then gather them all together and put a video together on Friday to try and answer as many as I can. And yeah, that will help me express a few bits and pieces that's on my mind. It will give you an opportunity to find out some more stuff about me, maybe. Whatever it turns into, I don't really know at this point, but another something different for the channel. And I just want to continue to try and push the boundaries a little bit of what we do. And that's just an opportunity to do so. So yeah, if you get your questions in, your thoughts, anything else that you want to add into the mix of a Q&A session, then do that over the next couple of days. And I will produce that for Friday. So thanks very much, and let's get into today's episode. Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of Relegation Rescue at Augsburg with me, the United City FM. So those of you that are just joining us late, we've got a couple of episodes left. Today we're going to be playing Hoffenheim, and then next episode we're going to do a double header against Dusseldorf and Leipzig to finish off the league. We took over at Augsburg at Christmas time, on Christmas Day, to see if we could save them from the drop. They were sitting bottom of the table on Christmas Day, and we've been trying to get them out of the relegation zone. It started off very, very well, and then it's sort of dipped since then and fallen through the floor in recent times. And if we go and have a look at our recent run of form, you can see the last couple of months have been very, very hard. And we haven't been as successful as I hoped we might, and we still just about sit in the relegation zone as we speak, only because Frankfurt have played an extra game than us and they've jumped ahead of us out of the relegation zone. If we win our game today, that I hope would secure us our position in the league for next season, even though we're not actually going to be here ourselves. I'll talk to you about that in a second. But yeah, all we're trying to do is get to that 15th place, if not better, in the last 3 games of the season to save Augsburg from relegation. Can we do it? Well, today we've got Hoffenheim, and they're sitting currently up in 8th place. It's going to be a tricky game. The one game that we really, really think we could get something from is the following game where we play Dusseldorf. You can see that they sit directly below us in the league, currently on goal difference, I think it is, on the same amount of points. So that's the game really that we're putting all of our eggs into the basket and see if we can actually win that game, get us the 3 points that I hope will get us out of this sticky situation. In terms of what it means for us moving forward, as we go in and have a look at the team for today, I'll just say that we're going to stay in the Augsburg universe. We're not going to start a fresh save. We are going to continue with Relegation Rescue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to resign and retire my manager at the end of this season with Augsburg, and then come Christmas Day, I've loaded in several other leagues that come into effect in the summer transfer window. And on Christmas Day, next Christmas Day, I will be choosing another league to go to and finding the bottom club and then installing a new manager into that. I don't want to have to apply for teams, etc., because I want it to specifically be about the relegation rescue. Bottom of the league at Christmas, can we get them out of that in the time that we've got? And I also don't want to start a new game every time that we do one, because as has been pointed out rightly in the comments to me, that means that we'll be looking at the same sort of players that we can bring into the club all the time to help us sort the club out. If we continue to move forward on a yearly basis in game, then those players will change and different players will become available to us. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stay in the Augsburg universe. We're going to resign from this particular job and retire the manager. On Christmas Day, we're going to bring a new manager into the game, and we're going to attach him to the bottom place club in a different league. And it'll be the top half dozen leagues, you know, the likes of France and Italy and Spain and Portugal, Belgium, I think, maybe something like that. It won't be England because we're doing the Rolling in the Isles series in England. It was the other series on my channel. So it won't be an English side, and it now won't be the German because we've just done that with Augsburg. So I'll give you an opportunity to think about what one of those leagues you'd like next episode, and you can vote in the comments below. After next episode, I'll list out the leagues that we've got options for. So, but that's what we're doing. I hope all that makes sense. But as I say, today is about trying to keep this club up. We've got a couple of injury issues. One injury issue is our goalkeeper still. Moravec has come back enough to be on the bench, which is good from his fairly lengthy injury. And the only other player out today is Hahn, who picked up one too many yellow cards. In the last game, he picked up a yellow card that put him into the suspended for this game bracket, so he's out. So the team for today is going to be Luther in goal, Jedve at right back, Max at left back, Mavropanos and Udikai in central defence, Gruso, Gibbs White and Elena in central midfield, with Diaz on the right, Vargas on the left, Finn Bogerson up top. With a bench of such fun, Framberger, Iago, Kadira, Moravec, Lichtsteiner, Meyer, Just Greg and Richter. And so let's get into today's game and see what happens. So team talk wise, assertively, I've said we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's go and show everybody else. Try and get them motivated for the game. It didn't do a great deal, to be honest, at this point to arrest the slide in the slump in the players' motivation. It's been quite tricky over recent games to get much out of them, and it is going to be a hard game. But today is a bit of a free hit. We know what's coming up in terms of Dusseldorf in the next game. So today, if we can get anything from this game, I'd be happy with a draw. But if we could get a win, that would be incredible. But I'm not expecting too much. And have we caused ourselves a problem down that far side? He's going to check it out. Now, did that happen inside the box or outside the box? I'm hoping that it was outside the box, at least. But we'll have to wait and see what the referee has to say. And them going over to the monitor does really jangle the nerves a little bit, doesn't it? But here he comes back out again. Let's see. He makes the symbol, and it's a free kick just outside the penalty box. No penalty, which is really positive. And the free kick wasn't even a highlight, so why they made a big deal out of it, I don't really know. But there we are. You can see in terms of the match so far, it's been really quite dull. No real shots at goal other than the one from them. And we've had limited possession, which is disappointing because we're at home. You'd hope that we'd at least grab the ball a little bit. And you can see there's a little bit of nerves going on around our side as well, which is disappointing to see, but kind of understandable. And again, it's Hoffenheim coming back at us down their right-hand side. Can they get a decent cross in on this occasion? They drop it back slightly to go back out wide again, attack the far side, and they should have done better, shouldn't he, really? Had plenty of opportunity to bring that ball down and strike at the goal, and snatched at his shot a little bit. 38 minutes gone, and it's been really disappointing. Let's shout and demand more from our players as Elena takes a free kick and it goes down to the far side, but we lose the ball and they come back at us very quickly on the counter-attack. Can we run with the player and slow his pace down a little bit? We do, but he's got an option in the middle of the box, finds the option and he powers the ball home, and as long as there's no offside, which I don't think there is, Hoffenheim go 1-0 up on the counter-attack. We had a decent free kick opportunity. We didn't make the most of it. They partially cleared. They got a player on the ball who stormed through the rest of the pitch and found a good opportunity to feed his teammate in the centre of the penalty box. And is that onside, offside? It's just onside, it looks like, unfortunately. And they do go 1-up just before half-time. But you can see it was a fairly dull first half and we didn't really impact too much on the game. So we're going to have to go in and try and change that. So aggressively we'll say, show me something else. We're going to build them up passionately to say, I have faith in you. See if we can get some confidence in them. I think it might be a little bit late for that really, but we'll do our job and see whether we can. And tactically speaking, we'll go into the tactics. And what we're going to do is we're going to up our mentality from positive to attacking. and we're going to put Diaz further up down that right-hand side. Obviously, Hahn normally plays that slightly deeper role. Diaz can go slightly further up. And we're going to take Jedve off, and we're going to put Framberger on, and we're going to change him to an attacking fullback because he plays that role slightly better. So those are the changes that we're going to make at half-time. We'll leave everything else to partway through the second half and see if we can change some more things if necessary. But I think that should help us be on the front foot a little bit. At home, we need to find a way to get through this side and get an opportunity at least. And so that's my attempt at doing so. It's started slowly, so we're going to shout and say, get creative. Excuse me, that inspired them, which is also good, but nothing has changed in terms of how we're doing. So we're going to see what other personnel need to come out. And Grusso's having a poor game. So is Elena. It's our central midfield that's struggling, but so is quite a lot of other parts of our side. So do I want to change them both? I don't think I do. So I am going to change Grusso for Kadira, and then I'm going to take the nervous Vargas off and put Meyer on down that left-hand side. And those are the changes that I'm going to make, and just see if we can get something from the last few minutes. Push forward, I'm going to say, and we're going to go full-blown, all-out attack. And what happened here? Oh, no, just after we've made our substitutions, we've picked up an injury, and we've gone down to 10 men because I've got no other way of changing it. That's so disappointing. Is he come off? Yeah, he's come off. So we're going to have to go into Kadira playing at the back and move him into a position where he doesn't actually exist. He's not on the pitch anymore. But we'll play Kadira at the back instead and go back into the game and just see if that can create something for us in the last last moments of the game, even though we're down to 10 men. We've got one chance. Meyer on the corner kick. Puts it into the near post. Doesn't find one of our players, which is disappointing, but gets it back again. Can he get one more cross in? He takes the opportunity to try, but it goes to the far post and nobody was there. We maintain possession, but now we lose possession. And I think that's probably us done. With a couple of minutes left, it looks like Hoffenheim are going to find a way to see out the game. And Kadira goes diving into a challenge and gets himself sent off in the last couple of minutes of the game. And we go down to 9 men. Oh, dear. When it rains, it pours. Hey, folks, there's not much else I can do. So I'll close my fullbacks in to create a 3 at the back. I know that's not really suitable. There's not much else I can do, though. And I think that's this particular game done and dusted totally. And it is. And it was really disappointing. We shoot ourselves in the foot so many times. We created a problem when we have an injury, which is unfortunate, but the sending off at the end doesn't help either. We had 1 or 2 opportunities, but these match statistics, they had 12 shots and 7 on target, and we only had 5 and 3 on target, 39% of the possession, which isn't necessarily the way that we want to play totally. We don't want to just hold on to the ball, but we've got to be more dynamic with it. And I just don't think this side is now capable of that particularly. Can we sympathise with them after that performance? No, I'm going to assertively say I'm far from pleased. Try and get something out of them for the next game, which is the important game. Augsburg versus Düsseldorf. Winner potentially gets out of the relegation zone. And we'll see whether that's the case or not in the next episode. Core is going to go right the way down to the wire. It's tough, isn't it? I don't really know whether there's much else that we can squeeze out of this side, but I'll certainly try. So I hope you'll join me for the next episode. It's going to be a real nail biter. Leipzig are going to be really tough in the last game, so we do need something out of that Düsseldorf game. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Thanks very much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you're looking forward to the fact that we're going to continue doing these rescue challenges. But we'll talk a little bit more about that over the coming next episode and the first of the new part of this series. But until next episode, thanks very much for joining me. Hope you're enjoying this series, as I say. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Keep up to date with the videos. Click a like button on this particular episode if you can. Helps me get seen by lots of other people. Helps me get higher up in the YouTube search functions, so do that. If you're playing Football Manager yourself, let me know how you're getting on. Always interested to hear your stories. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.